Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Welcome back to part 5 of my full playthrough walkthrough for The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, being played in 4K using Henrico Magnifico's 4K texture pack using an emulator. I will leave a link to this texture pack in the description below. Huge shoutouts to Henrico Magnifico. I am a Patreon subscriber of his and have been for quite a while. He does some fantastic work for quite a number of games. Highly recommend you check his stuff out. Okay, so this is part 5 of the walkthrough. In part 4, we did all of the mountains and Snowhead Temple. We also got the Gilded Sword. However, we ran into an issue because in the 3DS version, and I did not know this when we did it, but in the 3DS version, after you pass the powder keg test by blowing up the boulder blocking the Goron racetrack, on 3DS only, you have to revisit the Big Goron and speak with them in order to get the powder keg license. On N64, you do not have to do this. You just get credit for it as soon as the boulder blows up. So, I mentioned at the end of the previous part of the walkthrough that I would just go do that on my own and just get the powder keg license and then just restart recording. I have done that. What I do want to mention to you is you do not have to redo Snowhead Temple or defeat Goat or anything. Since you have the fire arrows, all you have to do is two things, especially if you need the blacksmith. You can actually melt the blacksmith's forge using a fire arrow inside of the blacksmith's hut. The arrows can be used. You just shoot the ice block, you can melt it, and then you could just go back to Goron Village and then just melt the block of ice using a fire arrow that's blocking Big Goron. You do not have to touch Snowhead Temple. You do not have to re-challenge Goat. You can do this in the winter. You do not have to bring it to springtime. Okay, so there is something else that I want to talk about, and that is there's been a bit of a gap between these videos. So it seems like I'm just cursed with this walkthrough. I can never just get it done in like 1 week or something. I was recording this walkthrough, and then Los Angeles suffered some massive wildfires. So I had to evacuate because I was dealing with quite a lot of smoke in my neighborhood, including inside of my apartment. I woke up the day after the fire started, and my apartment was filled with smoke, so I aired it out, sealed everything back up, and then left for a week and crashed at a friend's house out in Phoenix, Arizona, and then came back, and luckily things had settled down. The fires are still technically going, and it's like 2 weeks later. However, my throat has finally recovered, my lungs have finally recovered, and I can actually speak again. So I sounded like a 1950s diner waitress on Long Island, smoking 3 packs a day. I literally couldn't speak for very long without my throat completely just drying up and my voice was just shot for the day. So I'm finally back at it, and hopefully we can actually finish this walkthrough. Okay, let's get started. So thank you for your patience, everybody, but it was a literal natural disaster that prevented me from continuing. Okay, so we have the powder keg license, we've got the Gilded Sword, so let's go. First thing, as always, we are going to slow down time, and you'll have to forgive me because it's been a few weeks and I need to remember the song, so let's slow down time. Bum, 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 bum. And then we are going to go get ourselves some rupees as always. Let's go ahead and take that off. I think it's 23154. Whoops. Nope. Let's go to our notebook here. 21354. I was close. 21354. Okie doke. Cool. So let's go downstairs, get ourselves some rupees. And while I was sort of like repurposing my N64 notes just before hitting record on this, I did check on ZeldaDungeon.net for the Song of Time changes on 3DS and confirmed that Song of Time on 3DS no longer saves your game. So another weird change from Grezzo here in this version of the game. All right, that's 100. Now let's go get the other 100. This part of the walkthrough on my N64 walkthrough was quite long, and that's because we had to redo the Goron racetrack because we actually couldn't manage to win the race before the night the first night was up and it transitioned to day 2. So I had to redo it and then sort of incorporate getting the gilded sword. So this should be a good deal shorter because we don't have to do all that. Plus, the Song of Double Time changes on 3DS make it so we don't really have to wait in Romani Ranch very long. I realized that in all of my preamble, I didn't fully explain what we're going to do in this part of the walkthrough, so forgive me. The title probably made it obvious. But we're going to rescue Epona, and we're going to set ourselves up for the next major area of the game, which is Great Bay Coast. We cannot access Great Bay Coast until we get Epona. However, there's quite a lot to do with Epona, especially when you... after you rescue her, you can kind of do a lot. You could do like a horse race for another mask, and there's this whole side quest with the girls in Romani Ranch that leads to another mask and a bottle, so it's really good to do. Okay, so since we have the powder keg license, what we can do is we can speak with this Goron here as Goron Link, and since we have the license, he will sell us a powder keg. All right, so I think in 64 they may be 100 rupees, but I could be wrong about that. Anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and exit, and then we're actually going to head towards the swamp, but I did want to like do some landscaping here and stock up on things. All right, so instead of going to the swamp, we're going to hook a right here, and we're going to go to the ranch. Of course, you could soar here. We've had this owl for quite a while, but our purpose here now is to help this guy who's chopping away at this big old boulder. So take out your powder keg, and then just drop it here. And then luckily, this one blows up pretty quickly, so we're just going to wait a sec. If you'd like, you could shoot it with an arrow, and it will explode. All right. Cool. So since we are visiting Romani Ranch here on day 1, we are able to rescue Epona. If we were to come here on day 3 after the boulder has been chipped away manually by that worker, we won't be able to rescue her. We'll be able to see her, but we can't do anything. Isn't that your horse? Let's approach. Oh, actually, let's speak with her. Sorry about that. Hey, who are you? I'm Romani. I was given the same name as the ranch. What's your name? Link. Link? That's a nice name, but how about Grasshopper? That's the name Romani gives you. It's weird that she speaks in third person. You're wearing green clothes, and you patter about when you walk, so Grasshopper it is. Romani was practicing for tonight. Tonight, they are coming. They come at night, every year when the carnival approaches. They come riding in a bright, shining ball. A whole lot of them come down. And then they come to the barn. My older sister won't believe me, but Romani must protect the cows. Hey, Grasshopper, I'm recruiting for an assistant right now. You're a boy, won't you try? Great, now that's the spirit, Grasshopper. Okay then, I'm going straight into my strategy. They'll appear all over the ranch. They'll aim for that barn and approach it slowly, so hit them with arrows so they can't get in. You got that? And you mustn't leave the ranch. Grasshopper, let's practice right away. There are 10 ghost-shaped balloons in the ranch, so hurry and burst them all. If you take more than 2 minutes, you're out. The current record is 1 minute. Are you ready? You don't have to break the record. Just gotta do it in under 2 minutes. All right, so we take out our bow. And then, start shooting. All right. You can see the amount that you have killed in the top right. Wow, that was a nice fadeaway shot. Wow, 34 seconds. 3409. Amazing, it's a new record. You two work perfectly together. I'll teach Romani's horse calling song to you, Grasshopper. Now you two keep getting along and go practice some more. It's Epona song, a melody signifying the bond you share with Epona. Play it, and your beloved horse will come running. Stand by Epona's side and press A to climb on her back. To get off, slow to stop and press A. Press A while riding. Yeah, we know. I just get in the habit of reading. When your arrows hit these, they burst into nothing, but the real ones will keep popping up. If they get into the barn, we lose. They run away at first light of the sun, so we'll have to keep fending them off until then. Did you get that? The operation starts tonight at 2. I'll be waiting by the barn. Don't be late. Okay, so we're going to set an alarm for 2 because we still have a lot to do. Not to make a rhyme, but we've got things to do now that we have Epona. Hey, do you think you can remember the time they just told you? If you're worried you might forget, I can give you a little reminder when the time comes. Just open the Bomber's Notebook, set an alarm. We've done this a few times, so. All right, let's go to the Bomber's Notebook, and then we hit this button, alarm, and then 2 a.m. I'm actually going to set it for 1 just because that will signify to me that's when we need to go back, and then we'll play the Song of Double Time and skip ahead. We may be done beforehand. Okay, but now that we have Epona, we will always have Epona. If you'd like, you can go into the house. I believe Cremia is tending to the cows in the barn. That's her sister, but we'll meet her later. Okay, next what we're going to do is we are going to get the Garo's mask. So the Garo's mask is obtained by racing... Oh, she's over here tending to this cow here. If you'd like to speak with Cremia, go ahead and speak with her. But we have a quest with her later on. So the Garo's mask is obtained by defeating the Gorman brothers in a horse race. And similar to Ingo in Ocarina of Time, they basically kind of cheat. So now it's a 2v1. Excuse me. Now it's a 2v1. So if you're on the horse and you target and talk, he says, "Is that pathetic thing your horse? I would have guessed that little thing was a mule for sure. Ain't that right, little brother? Do you think a horse that pathetic would gallop if you pushed the circle stick forward? And would it run fast if you pressed A? That's funny. Why don't you pony up 10 rupees for the chance to race against us? If you win, we'll give you something nice, kid." It's a simple race. Just go once around the track. If you can beat us to the finish line, you win. You ready? So it's just a race, but make sure to conserve your carrots. They are on the touch screen in case you're also playing this on an emulator. Just be sure to conserve your carrots. You don't want to ever fully drain your carrots. It's better to go down to 1 and then let them start replenishing. Because if you were to go back down to 0, you're going to have a longer cooldown, and then you end up having to wait longer, and then all of the carrots come back up at once. Whereas if you do it this way, you kind of constantly get carrots back. I recommend jumping over these fences. They do not. They go around them, so it gives you a bit of a boost. In this next section, there are going to be dirt patches. You want to basically avoid these at all costs. You don't want to jump over them if you could help it. That was a little tough. Reason being because you actually end up slowing down. Oh, no, dude. Oh, come on. Come on. I conserve my carrots too hard. Let's try that again. It's so frustrating. I hate racing these guys. Do the same thing. Again, try to avoid those dirt patches. They can end up slowing you down if you're not careful. Oh, that's a tree. There we go. See, now we're like decently ahead. We got it. That's why avoiding those dirt patches is really, really important. Okay, so that's that race. I'm not actually sure if it's called Garo's Mask in 3D, but we'll still get the mask. We got to give him something. I got it. We'll give him the ninja mask. It'll be a nice toy, Sonny. You can pretend you're on a big adventure. Oh, it is still called Garo's Mask. Great. Okay, so that's Garo's Mask. In exchange, you can't tell anyone where you got this. That's for a specific reason, and we'll find out later. But having that mask is very important because it allows us access to an area later on in the game, and also access to a specific enemy that actually gives us hints. So more on that much later in the game. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to pick Epona back up, and now it's time to go get yet another mask. We're going to get the Captain's Hat. The Captain's Hat is a let's call it like a mandatory mask in the game. You basically need it to proceed through a section of the game. We're technically getting this before we really need it. However, because we have Epona, we're able to access it, and the area that houses it, let's say, the area that houses it, let's say, has another heart piece that we can access. So doing it on this 3-day cycle is just easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the east, and we are finally going to enter the canyon. So we've had access to this from the start. If you could just walk in if you like, there's really nothing barring your path. However, once you get inside, you will quickly realize that you can't do much, and you actually need Epona. So you need Epona to jump this fence, and then you need Epona to jump this fence, and then we're not going to worry about the guy sitting on that cliff. Instead, we're going to come over here. And over here is the graveyard. All right. Welcome to Ikana Graveyard. So, there are a number of graves here. However, we can't really do much with those yet, but you'll see a familiar face here. This is Dampe. I am Dampe, the gravekeeper who watches over this graveyard. My face is frightening, but I am not a bad person. All the graves here belong to the family members of the King of Ikana Castle, a place that lies beyond the mountains. Even nowadays, the ghosts come out at night. It's a frightening graveyard. Did you see the huge skeleton at the back of this graveyard? My father once said that was all that was left of the former royal soldier who once guarded this graveyard. Even though he is dead, his remains still block the way. In a sense, he is still guarding the royal family's treasure. He must have been a fine soldier indeed. Yeah, okay. So, we're about to come across a gigantic skeleton just outside of Dampe's hut. So, we've got this guy here, and then let's read this sign. It says, "Ye who awaken me, battle me, then shall I extinguish the furious flame." So, awaken is the key word here, so let's go ahead and play the Sonata of Awakening, which is this. And now we basically have to defeat this guy before he reaches the end of this track. Now, this is made much easier with the Gilded Sword, so that's why we get the Gilded Sword before we do this. It is doable with the Kokiri Sword, but it just takes forever. Young swordsman, you summoned me? But before we may exchange words, I must first test your skill. Stop me in my tracks. Pass through the barrier of flame. Show me what you've got. So, as he runs away, there's going to be Style Children. So take out your bow. It's going to be very, 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 very helpful. You just need regular arrows, nothing crazy. I'm actually going to rearrange here real quick. Okay, great. And then I recommend taking out the bunny hood. It's helpful. Okay. And then you can shoot him to stun him. However, you will notice that a flame barrier shows up when you get close. However, if you were to kill the Style Children, the flame barrier goes away. Now, this guy will start jumping here in a second. Yep, there we go. So just avoid that. You just roll. I didn't roll there. There you go. So, like I said, Gilded Sword makes that super easy, as does the bunny hood. If you were to do this earlier, that would take you forever, and it's just tough to do. So just recommend doing it now. Wait, stand down. I admit defeat. I commanded the Ikana army atop the hill in the name of the Ikana kingdom. I'm called Skulltula. Since being ashamed by loss in a battle within my kingdom, I have waited here for one to come and awaken my soul. Young swordsman who has awakened and deftly defeated me, I shall rely on your power to fulfill my request. I ask you to take my soul, which rests in the fiercely burning flame, and convey my words to my men, who even in death remain loyal to me. Tell them the war has ended. Then I shall be able to drift quietly into sleep. Captain, sir. May I take leave, sir? Then we get the Metal Gear Solid 3 moment. Majora's Mask did it first. Let that be known. That Link in the bunny hood is the one who did this. Before Naked Snake, Big Boss. Jack. Yes, sir. There you go. Okay, so now the flame is extinguished. And we can get what's inside this chest. Now, normally you would need the hook shot. However, there's a cheeky way to get it. You just jump up here, and then you can clear this gap. You got the captain's hat. The ghosts of 100 soldiers swear allegiance to the symbol of authority. Okay, so with the captain's hat, we are now able to basically... skeletons will obey us, more or less. So when we find Style Children, or we can talk to them, basically. So what I recommend doing is standing here and playing the Song of Double Time, and just going to the night of day 1. Don't go too far into night of day 1, because we got to go back to Romani Ranch later. So just go to 6 o'clock. And then take out the captain's hat. Now you can speak with these guys. Huh? Oh, Captain. Excuse me, sir. The squad leader is over by the grave that's under our guard duty today, sir. So, if we find the skeletons that are circling a grave, we can speak with them. Say, huh? Oh, Captain, sir. Excuse me, sir. Everyone, give the captain your attention. We haven't seen you in some time, Captain, sir. As per your order, sir, we've been guarding these graves closely, a different one each day. We have all been expecting your next order, sir. Open the grave. So every day, they are guarding a different grave, and every day, the grave has different rewards. The rewards on 3DS are different. Well, one reward is different. On N64, if you go in the third night, you get a bottle. However, that bottle was moved to the boat cruise in the swamp. So on 3DS, it's a piece of heart. But come over here, and then there's going to be a whole bunch of bats. Whatever. I'm just spinning the stick. I'm just spinning the stick and pressing B. You want to defeat all of them, and then the door opens. There we go. Oh, the chest comes. We got to open the door with the torch. I think it's Bomb Chew? 50 rupees. Okay, let's take out a stick. Oh, we have the fire arrows. That's fine. Get better with a stick. Actually, I think did the pots respawn? Arrows. Arrows. Rupee. Nah, it doesn't matter. Alright, so let's... Uno. Dos. Tres. And we have an iron knuckle. So iron knuckles are actually defeated rather easily. Just wait for them to finish their attack and then do a jump slash. Then eventually the armor breaks, and now they get staggered. So just do crouch stabs, and they die. So it's like one of the scariest enemies in the game. However, they die very, very quickly. We're about to learn a song that we're not going to use for some time, but it's still good to have. Are you the one who freed my soul? I served the Ikana royal family. I'm the composer called Flat. The songs connected to the royal family that remain here were all composed by my brother and me. Oh, Sharp, my dear brother. He sold his soul to the devil and was the one who locked me in here. You who do not fear the dead, learn well the song that is inscribed behind me. And if you ever meet my brother, I'd like you to inform him, the 1,000 years of raindrops summoned by my song are my tears. The lightning that strikes the earth is my anger. I have made my request. All right, go ahead and take out your ocarina. Oh, no, we got to read it. You just got to check it. The 1,000 years of... Yeah, he says the same thing. Here is written the song that shall cleanse his cursed black soul. Okay, so the Song of Storms in Majora's Mask has two functions. One, it makes it rain, obviously. For the actual purpose of the song, like the story purpose or the gameplay purpose, is to cleanse the other composer brother's soul, which then unlocks a portion of Ikana Canyon to continue on through the story, more or less. But the other function is that it actually makes magic beans grow, so you don't have to carry around water anymore. All right. Cool. So that is the reward for night 1 in the graveyard. Now, what we can do is, if you need arrows, go ahead and restock. Roll around the field, do what you got to do. However, we are now ready to go back to Romani Ranch. That's Song of Storms. I need Song of Soaring. Like I said, it's been a few weeks. I got to relearn these songs. Forgive me. Nope, that's Epona. That's kind of close. I knew it was using the shoulder buttons. Okay. So, what I recommend doing is playing Song of Inverted Time and setting time back to normal. The reason for this is because the ghosts that appear during the event in Romani Ranch move more slowly. However, more of them appear because it's just a timed event. You basically got to do this thing to like 4:30 in the morning or something like that. It takes like 2 hours or something. So you want to make it go by as quickly as possible. You'll really never run out of ammunition. However, you don't want to make it last any longer than you need to, because then it just becomes like untenable. And they can gang up on the ranch pretty quickly if you're not careful. Alrighty, so let's just go to the ranch, and then we will set the time to 2 a.m., and then the event will begin. Alright, so if you fail this, you will have to reset the cycle, get another powder keg, and come in here on day 1. You have to speak with her to start the event. Otherwise, it'll just happen. All right, there she goes. She's got a big head. All right, so she's going to be in there protecting the cows. We're going to be out here doing our job. I believe 2:30 it starts. Does the dog show back up when it starts? The dog is actually like really helpful. I'm not sure if it's on 3DS. On 64, the dog is super helpful because it barks in the direction that the aliens are. Yep, the dog's back. Okay, so just do your best. Oh boy. Actually, I need regular arrows. I need fire arrows. Oops. Okay, yeah. So just keep killing them. They can also be behind the house, so the direction the dog is barking is the direction of the closest alien, more or less. Excuse me. So, just keep an eye on the dog. He's there to help. These guys can boogie. Now, if you need more arrows, they drop them. So just keep doing this path. You can also see them on your mini-map on the second screen. Oh, where do you think you're going? So once the sun comes up, maybe it's 5 a.m., they go away. And this is why we get quiver upgrades, ladies and gentlemen. Never have to stop for ammo. Just keep doing your thing. Thank you, pup. That's how I knew there was one back here. It's 5:30, 5:15. What time does this end? There we go. Cool. So that's it. That's the event. Just keep shooting aliens until it's over. I guess that was 5:30. Yeah, 5:15. We did it. We won. Thank you. Thanks to you, the cows are giving thanks too. Here's Romani's thanks. When you drink it, put your hand on your hip and take a big gulp like we do here at the ranch. And we got bottle 4 of 7. If you're on N64, that will be bottle 3 of 7. It's almost time for my sister to get up, so I have to get back to bed. See you later, little hero. Help the ranch girl and save the cows. This was added to your notebook. Okay. So, that is that. However, it's not totally done. There's still more to do here at Romani Ranch, so I'm quickly just going to try to refill my ammo as best I can. Perfect. So I'm going to let the time tick, because we need to speak with Romani's older sister, Cremia. There we go. Oh my, hello. Romani's going to take our milk to Clocktown too. You're looking after the place. The cows would be all alone otherwise. Yes, sister. I'm going by wagon into town. Would you like a ride? I'll be leaving about 6 o'clock this evening, so you can join me if you'd like. Cremia, the owner of Romani Ranch, she takes great pride in premium milk her cows produce. She was added to our notebook. Cool, so 6 o'clock, we'll come back. And since we really have nothing else to do, we're just going to make that now. There she is. Oh, good evening. I'm going to town now to deliver milk. Would you like a ride? Yes. Yes, we would. That's great. Tonight, I'm kind of lonely. I welcome the company. I guess it's been a while now since our father died. I'm trying to take care of the ranch, but things have been getting at something. The cows always seem bothered and frazzled, and I'm finding broken bottles everywhere. Who's doing it, I don't know. My sister Romani's been worried too. She's been practicing using a bow. She says this to stop the ghosts. Say, What are the townsfolk saying about that moon? It's bigger than before, isn't it? Oh, I forgot to show something. It's okay. It's just a little story thing. In town, I have a friend. Her name's Anju. Anju, the day after tomorrow is her wedding. There's more to that. I wonder if it will fall, that thing. She has a crush on Cafe. If you speak with Romani in the afternoon, she'll tell you that. So even though she's best friends with the girlfriend of the guy she has a crush on, so tough. What? The road. Boy, get your bow ready. All right. So this is why you get the Garo mask. First Milk Road is blocked by Boulder, and now we have to take this detour through ugly country. Are you ready, boy? Gonna try to get us through here as fast as I can. If any pursuers come from behind, chase them off with your arrows. They may be after my cargo of milk bottles. Thanks. I'm relying on you. If we can get through here, I'll have a big thanks for you. So don't let them break the milk bottles and just start shooting. You have infinite arrows during this endeavor, unlike the aliens, so you can literally just keep pressing the B button and just keep shooting them. On 64, they get really close. I'm not sure how close they can get on 3DS. I hope they didn't, like, spoil all the challenge. But yeah, this is why the brothers give you the mask. They wear it. The mask looks different on 64. I actually prefer the old one to this one because this mask looks similar to an enemy called the Garo Master, and it doesn't look like a regular Garo. So it's interesting that they would have a mask of the Master and not the regular ones. Like that's weird to me. It's an odd change. It definitely looks like at first blush it looks cooler, but I think the other one is it's scarier. Mr. Barton was happy to get his first delivery in quite a while. Thank you. You're pretty cool. This isn't very big, but accept my thanks. You got Romani's mask. Wear it to show you're a member of the exclusive milk bar, Latte. Or late. It's only open late. With every good deed, a child takes one step closer to adulthood. That mask is only given to a limited number of adult customers. It's proof of membership. I now acknowledge you as being an adult. We didn't even have to go through time to do it. Okay. You guarded the ranch's milk. This was added to your notebook. Alrighty. So, I'm going to slow down time again. And I'm just going to jump into Clocktown really fast. So, Romani delivers milk to East Clocktown, which is host to Latte, the milk bar. So if we read the sign, it says, Patron Guidelines for the Milk Bar Latte. We offer our customers limited run milk. Thus, we are a members-only establishment. Those who do not have proof of membership will be refused service. The owner. So, if you recall, we just got our proof of membership. So if we were to equip Romani's mask, we can go in, but only at 10 p.m. So there is a piece of heart to get here. However, we really can't get it just yet. We need the final transformation mask in order to do so. So we'll get it next time. But there's a Easter egg with Link's Awakening in this bar. But for now, we really can't do much. You can talk to the folks inside. You can buy a special brand of milk that gives you infinite magic. We're going to get that for free basically at the very end of the game before we go to the final dungeon. It's very, very helpful. But for now, that's Latte. Like I said, you can go in now that it's... Oh, sorry. Somehow Gorman gets in at 9:30. I don't really understand that. Anyway, let's talk to the guy. All right, so let's go back to the graveyard. Now that it's night 2. Actually, let's just do this. Summon Epona. So yeah, like I said, if you were to speak with Romani in the afternoon of day 2 after successfully, rescuing her, she mentions that her sister has a crush on a boy in town. I can't remember if she names him outright, but it's Cafe, which is Anju's fiance, basically. So she's in love with her best friend's boyfriend. All right, so these bubbles, if you get hit by them, they basically curse you, and that disables your sword. Oh my god, am I just gonna have to kill you? Yeah, so your sword stops working. Okay, so let's take out the captain's hat. Let's go to the next grave. So, like I said, the grave changes every day. Oh, whoops, wrong option. Oh my god, I keep mashing A too hard. So if you recall, this is from the Shadow Temple of Ocarina of Time, and it typically indicates, hey, there's something interesting here that might be invisible. Of course there is. So, there is invisible keys. There's invisible Skulltulas. So, do your thing there. You don't have to kill everything, it just makes it easier, because if you were to fall down into these pits, you void out, and then everything resets. Now, you want to be very careful, and you'll notice that I'm not jumping any gaps, and that's because when the gap, or when there's invisible platforms, Link does not do his typical, like, jump over it. He just falls, so you don't want to do that. You want to just take it slow. Blow this up. So, this is a white iron knuckle. It's the same exact fight. I don't actually think there's much difference. Maybe it has more health, but it's literally the same thing. No, it's the same fight. How dare you? It's like the second or third time I've gotten pushed up by an appearing chest. That's like one of my favorite things that happens. Okay, that is heart piece number 20. So, funny story, that piece of heart is why I re-recorded this entire walkthrough. It's because I forgot that that was there. Or I forgot that I had already gotten it, because I am doing this in a different order than I did on 64, because I realized my 64 walkthrough wasn't that efficient. So, oh, whoops. Alright. So, unfortunately, everything respawns, so you're going to have to take care of it. Okay. So that is Grave Knight 2. Alright. So now what we can do is we're going to do the Swamp Spider House. Nope, not the Song of Time. Let's go to the swamp. So, we need magic beans in order to successfully complete the Swamp Spider House. I will tell you right now, this is a bit easier when you get the hook shot. However, you don't need the hook shot. Just gets a little bit easier. So, if we were to speak with this particular Deku scrub up here, this business scrub, I think as Deku Link, he'll sell us beans. If not, we'll just transform into regular Link, but I'm pretty sure it's Deku Link. Yes. So he only sells the magic beans for 10 rupees after you've purchased them from the bean salesman. So, like, if you were to come here, like, when you start the game, this will not work. He'll charge, like, 100 rupees per, so keep that in mind. Okay, so since we have the bow and arrow, we can actually just take care of the Octorok ourselves. We don't have to ride the boat, so we don't have to worry about rescuing the witch. We don't have to do any of that. We can just go. I do recommend, however, doing this as Goron Link because he can just walk and roll in the water. However, it is still poison, so he will get hurt. And then by doing that, you basically just bounce right back up. All right, so we are going to have these guys. You don't have to worry about them, but anyway, sorry. We're going to open this house using a Deku stick. Let's go ahead and burn away the spider web, and then head inside. Okay. Cool. So this guy's cursed, and we need to find all the Skulltula tokens in order to release him from this curse. So, welcome to a Skulltula house. You will probably have noticed that in Majora's Mask 3D, there's not 100 gold Skulltulas to collect like there is in Ocarina of Time. Instead, there are two Skulltula houses that have 30 Skulltulas each inside. This first one rewards the Mask of Truth. The second one, which we're actually going to do in the next part of the walkthrough, rewards the Giant's Wallet. Now, the best way to do these houses... Hello, thank you. The best way to do these houses is to clear them one room at a time. However, there's like a little trick to that, and you know a room is clear. The trick is that you know a room is cleared when you no longer hear the Skulltulas. So you no longer hear that sound. Okay, so you'll notice that there are dirt patches on the walls, and you may be thinking, how do I plant a bean in a wall? You don't. Instead, what you want to do is you want to come out here, and you want to take out a bottle. And we're actually going to take out 2 bottles. And then lift up a rock, and underneath is going to be a bug. So get a couple of those. Oh my god. And then I'm actually going to fill up a couple more. I can't exactly remember how many we need. I guess we'll down the milk. I believe milk has 2 charges. It does in Ocarina of Time. Yeah, it does in this game too. Whoops. So unfortunately, the bug trick that you can do in Ocarina of Time where you like let bugs go and then immediately catch one does not work in this spider house. And that's because there's like a cutscene that plays where all 3 go into the hole rather than just 1. So unfortunately, you've got to wait for the cutscene, then you've got to have multiple bottles of bugs on you. So it's like a weird thing they changed. And this was a Nintendo change. This was in N64 as well, this change. So this isn't like a bizarre 3D change. There's another one. Okay, so that's it for that. Now you may be thinking, hey, like, there's still Skulltula sounds. That's because there's a second floor to this place, so don't worry about it just yet. Actually, we're not going to come do this room. There's another way into that room that we're going to do later. So let's come to this side. All right, and then we're going to blow up this boulder. And then inside is a magic bean. Or bean pod, rather. Don't show me the bean. Plant the bean, buddy. There you go. Okay, and since we have the Song of Storms, play that, and it'll make the bean pod grow. Otherwise, if you don't have the Song of Storms, you could just get fresh water from the main chamber and make it grow. Okay, so there's going to be a couple of Skulltulas here. Oh, no. Hang on. Oh, we would kill it the other way. Here. And there's this one here. We'll actually get that one in a minute. Let's just ride this back. Oh my god. This is why the this is why having the hook shot makes this a little bit easier. But they give you all the tools you need, so I'm just bad. Okay. There, that's 8. You can see the counter on the touchscreen. We can just jump and make this one. Yeah, I don't think we can... Oh, we can. Nice. Alright, and then this one is tucked behind this torch. Like I said, when you stop hearing the sound of the Skulltula scratching the wall, you know the room is done. So we have 10 so far. Okay, so we need to... I think we can... If we can't make this jump, it's okay. We'll get on the other side. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and shoot here. And take out the Deku mask. And then we're going to float over to this one. Very good. All right. Go ahead and take out another bottle of bugs here. Cool. The sound of silence. Simon and Garfunkel will be so proud of us. Okie doke. So, over here... Let's get this one first since we're on this Deku flower. Why do I have the Great Fairies mask here? Oh, because I was in Snowhead, right? Oh, am I going to be able to get this one? I think it gets closer to the floor. I really hope it does, actually. If this is like a mandatory hookshot one, that'd be a change in 3D. Nope, it gets closer. Cool. Okay, so you will likely be wondering, what is that sound? That is the sound of a sleeping Deku Scrub. So, if we take out our ocarina, play the Sonata of Awakening, we can wake this lazy little guy up. Now we have access to his flower. I actually think this flower would have shot us high enough to go get that Skulltula token, but it's fine. All right, let's come in here. Break that. There's another one in here. This is number 15, so we're halfway done. Now, in some of these pots, there's a Skulltula, so you want to bonk into each pot. It's not in every one, but it's in a few of them. the room has gone quiet. Oh, yeah, we definitely could have collected it. That's okay. All right, come through here. And then you want to hit this switch to make a ladder appear. And then we have some interesting work to do. So we're actually going to kind of ignore this room for now, and this is where the hook shot... Oh, actually, we skipped a Skulltula in here. I thought the room went quiet. So a couple of these hives, I can't remember if it's just one or two, have Skulltulas in them. There's one. One of them definitely has bees, so I'm kind of asking for it here. Right on cue. Okay. There we go. All right, so we have 20 now. Let's pop back up. Like I said, in this room over here, we're kind of going to skip the room for a minute. And that's because normally you would use the hook shot to get across, but instead we are not. We're going to hop across into this little cubby, into this next room. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bonk into this tree, and that's going to cause a number of Skulltulas to come down. And then we can get these three, and then there are a few more in the grass here. There's one. There's another one. This one travels. It's 25. I think it's in here. Yep. I don't think this is anything. I just feel like I can't trust the noise because it's stopped before. Okay, yeah, we're done. Cool, so the last four are going to be in here. Like I said, we're basically... We kind of skipped this room. This way we could do this. Okay. There's that one. There's that one. Let the bugs go in. I'm actually not 100% sure this is one. Nope. That's good. We still need to plant the beans. Don't present the beans. Plant the beans. What? It's because I was standing on it? Yeah. All right, so there's one up here. Good job, and then the other one. Oh, it's in one of these. Cool. That's number 30. Oh, I thought I was going to hop over it. All right, that's all 30 for the Swamp Skulltula house. Something that I never actually showed here. If you were to chop up a sign and then play the Song of Healing, has a little hidden effect. Puts the sign back together. Just a little Easter egg for you. Okay, now let's speak to the man. He says, oh, I've been saved. I thought I was going to die. You see, a while back, someone told me I could become rich, and he gave me this mask. He said the instructions were inscribed somewhere in here, but when I went to look, I was cursed. If I had known it would be such an ordeal, I never would have taken it. Here, take it. It's yours. He cleared all the creepy crawlies out of the swamp spider house and got the Mask of Truth as a gift. Mask of Truth. Mask was passed down by the mysterious Sheikah. Now it's yours. The mask allows you to hear and understand the wisdom of gossip stones and the thoughts of animals. I've had enough of this. As soon as I get it together, I'm going home. So, we can now understand the thoughts of animals and gossip stones. So, if we were to lift up a dog, we can talk to it or hear its thoughts. Ruff, ruff. I've had it with this foolish master. What's a racing dog like me in a place like this? Oh, how I miss the ranch. So the dog is telling us he wants to go to the ranch because he likes to race. And if you recall, there was a gossip stone in the room with the tree. So if we were to go there, we can read the gossip stone and maybe learn how to get rich. The Gossip Stone tells us, the mystical stone responds to the mask and speaks to you, but its words are held in secret. The mask that can read people's hearts and minds can also be used to unlock the hearts of the pups at the doggy racetrack. So we can use the mask at the doggy racetrack since we can understand the thoughts of dogs now and get rich, which is what we're going to do next. So it's about to be the morning of day 3, and during the day, there is a dog racetrack in Romani Ranch. It's accessible during the day. This can be done on any day. However, since, we cleared everything, we may as well go there now. So, let's go ahead and warp to Milk Road. Let's just make this go a little faster. So the doggy racetrack is along the left side. You can see the sign right here. You may have visited this when you got the Bremen mask, or the troop leader's mask, sorry, or the bunny hood, sorry. So, you need at least 50 rupees to do this, and what you need to do is you need to bet 50 rupees on a dog. Now, the gold dog will typically be the one you want to use. However, what I recommend doing is going to zeldadungeon.net and look up the doggy racetrack walkthrough because it will tell you which ones are going to win. So it says dogs that all start with the phrases rough, rough, or who whine. Oh, yeah, they all start with that. Dogs with rough thoughts will generally finish near the front, those with rough near the center, and those with who whine trailing near the end. Exact placement is random with 2 exceptions. If the dog with the golden fur has any rough thought, and the Mask of Truth has been used to read it, it will almost always get first place, though it is still possible for it to place 6th or lower, so caution should be exercised in betting. The golden dog will also tend to keep having rough thoughts after it has had one once, and has been read with the Mask of Truth until the area is left. The dog with black fur, most often referred to as fans as blue dog, will always lose very badly, possibly even being lapped, no matter what it is thinking. Here's something funny. As of December 2024, only 2 wins were ever recorded for the blue dog, one through an extremely rare finish glitch and the other through intentional min-maxing. So a video came out recently by a really talented YouTuber. I think Zelda Dungeon likely links to that. Yes, it does. This YouTuber's name is Vidya James. So definitely check out that video. It's extensive research into why this works. But anyway, Gold Dog has a rough thought, so that means he will likely win. So what we need to do is we need to bring him to the woman. Oops. Nope. Speak with her. No. Oh, I think I gotta take the mask off. That's why. I guess you talk to her. Now we do it. Okay. Yes. Bet 50. So you actually only need to win 150 rupees in a row. Betting 50 is just the easiest way to do that. So you can do this in 5 races if you want, but betting 50 in one shot is just the easiest way to do it. Gold Dog will typically win, however, there is a possibility that it can lose. But as long as it says rough when you pick it up, chances are it's going to win. It's a bit of a tight race here. I'm a little concerned. We got it. Well, take me for a walk and call me Spot. You took first place. First place! You win triple the amount of your bet. That's 150 rupees. And nice going. Your overall winnings fall into the 150 rupee or more category, so you get a bonus prize too. Okay, and that is heart piece 21 of 52. Okay. So, our final thing here on this cycle is going to be... Oh, I don't want to play again. Final thing is going to be Dampe's Digging Game. Now, on N64, this will reward you with a bottle. On 3DS, however, it rewards you with a piece of heart. That's going to be piece of heart 22 of 52. Unfortunately, we do not yet have the owl to the canyon yet, but it's not that fast of an owl. The canyon is like really interestingly kind of situated. I've built so. Whoa. Something I didn't mention. If you're playing on N64, I'll mention it now since we're here. Since you're playing on N64, I will mention it. There is an invisible NPC here in the valley. Or in the canyon. Yep. There's an invisible NPC who can only be seen using the lens of truth. You have to give this invisible NPC a red potion to restore his visibility, because he's just so weak he's turned invisible or something. His name is Shiro. Doing so will reward you with the Stone Mask. On 3DS, he was moved. I'm not totally against the change, but it just means you can't get the Stone Mask for a long time. So, kind of a bummer, but it's okay. We'll get it in the next section of the walkthrough. But on N64, he would be right here. There'd be a circle of stones, and he'd be in the middle of it. You should get a red potion and give it to him. He was moved to the interior of Pirate's Fortress, which is where the Stone Mask is most useful, but it's useful before you reach him. So, like, I don't understand why they changed that. All right. So, Night 3, Graveyard. Oh, we should have deposited rupees. Ugh, it's fine. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. The grind for 5,000 is somewhat quick. It's just tedious. Okay, good. And equip the captain's hat once more. And then speak with the Stal soldiers here and ask them to unlock the third and final grave. Okay. So Dampe's Digging Game has you... It's not random. There is an element of randomness to it, but it's not as crazy as it was in Ocarina of Time. It will end on time. So basically what you need to do is you need to come down here, find Dampe, and then he will ask you to play with him and dig up these dirt patches. So there's a finite number of dirt patches. And And all you have to do is guide him to the dirt patches by targeting him, and the light from your fairy will guide him. So then he will look toward you, and then you just kind of kite him into the dirt patch. And then once he gets to a dirt patch, he will dig it. Now, on 64, there are floor masters in here, or wall masters, so I'm not 100% sure if they are on 3DS, but just keep that in mind. Okay, so you see here there's a flame that appears. You need to get 3 flames to appear. Now, where the flames appear is random. However, you don't have to like go around an entire graveyard and just pray to the RNG gods that you eventually get a heart piece. Instead, you just got to dig up until you get 3, and then you'll get it. But there's a finite number, and it will always show up at some point. Okay, there are still floor masters here. So don't get grabbed by the wall master. All right, no dice. Now, there are a couple of dirt patches that are in interesting places. So you want to kite Dampe onto these elevator platforms, and then you need to get off, and you need to basically beat him to where the elevator goes. So this one comes up here. But don't target him until the elevator reaches its destination, because otherwise he will fall off. He will just walk right off the side. Sometimes if you're lucky, you'll get all 3 on the ground. That may still happen. I'm just trying to cover the bases, you know, since he was close to that elevator. Make sure you kite him in a straight line. Don't cut corners, because he just follows you in a straight line and he will fall off the ledge. Oh, I'm glad we did that one. Just jump. Just jump. Jeez. All right. He will drop eventually. So now we got to kite him to the other side of the room. Don't let him get onto the elevator platform. I'm saying that out loud as I was about to do it, so just a reminder. If you get too far, he detaches. Okay. Can we get lucky? Can we do 4? Yes! All right. So now we have to kill a big Poe. It's the leader of the ghosts. Oh. So if you just go to where they disappear and then turn around, they're going to show up right behind you. Just got to be quicker. Oh, he's right behind me. Ugh. No. What? There we go. Don't forget to pick up its soul. You can sell it. It's on the touchpad. There we go. They will disappear. That's why I was kind of freaking out there. All right, don't forget to claim your prize. Again, on N64, this will be a bottle. All right, that's Pizza Heart 22 of 52. 30 more to go. Alrighty. Now, the reason I kind of cursed myself and said, oh, I should have deposited rupees is because in these jars are 100 rupees. Oh, it's just 50 there. But yeah, anyway, it's a nice thing. Okay, so you can find Dampe under his bed. And if you speak to him, he says, I ain't seen nothing and I don't know nothing. So he ain't no snitch. Which is nice. He's a good guy. He don't want no trouble. Okay, that's it for this cycle, basically. But let's go back to Clocktown, deposit rupees, and then cash in this big Poe at the Curiosity Shop. $1,000. And we get 5 for 1,000. All right, so we are 1/5 of the way to our goal of 5,000 for a heart piece. All right, so the Curiosity Shop is the last door here in West Clocktown. It's only open at night. Only open at 10 p.m. Wait a couple seconds. I should have just sent it to 10 o'clock. I don't know why I waited. Anyway. Cool. So because we didn't rescue the old lady, he's selling the big bomb bag. And it's 100 rupees as opposed to her giving it to you for 25 or 30 or something. Anyway, we talked to the shopkeeper. He says, tonight's special bargain was just stolen. Came in seconds ago. It's really hot. I kid you not. Actually, something was sold over there. Wait, can we not cash this in? I thought we could cash in. Or does he have to not be selling anything? There we go. Go ahead and select the Poe. And we get a free 200. So, that's a quick way to get 200. Kill a big Poe. All right. Cool. Okay, so that's it for this cycle. We did quite a lot, and we now have access to the next major story section, or the next region of Termina, which is Great Bay. Great Bay holds not only another transformation mask, but it holds a temple, which is aptly named Great Bay Temple. It also holds the Oceanside Spider House, which will give us the Giant's Wallet, which holds up to 500 rupees. And so we're going to cover that. We're going to cover the entire region in the next section. There's a bottle, there's many pieces of hearts, there's a temple, there's that wallet. There's a lot of stuff there. So the next part of the walkthrough is going to be a little long. I will warn you on 64, that video was like 2.5 hours, so I think we'll probably keep it that way. I do plan on splitting the Ikana Canyon one, just because that one got a little out of control. That one was like 3 hours. But in any event, let's go ahead and save our game, and then we'll be done. So yeah, next time, Great Bay, but that's it for now. Let me give a shout out to my channel members for always supporting. Appreciate it. Thank you very much to John Aldridge with 57 months, Silver Bullet 13 with 44 months, Daniel Cockrell with 39 months, Greg with 28 months, X Lightning 84 with 23 months, almost 2 years X Lightning 84, and Marcus B814 with 7 months. Thank you so much, my channel members. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D in 4K, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, you can do so by becoming a channel member or by clicking the join button below this video. You can also leave a super thanks by clicking the heart icon below this video. Don't forget to join my community Discord. The link for that is in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.